Pala school of art. This school was flourishing during 750–1150 AD. These paintings are generally found as a part of manuscripts and were generally executed on palm leaf or vellum paper. The Buddhist monks mostly used them, and as their religion practiced non-violence against all living beings, there was a stipulation to only banana or coconut tree leaves. These paintings are characterized by sinuous lines and subdued tones of the background imagery. There are lonely single figures in the paintings, and one rarely finds group paintings. They have simple compositions and were patronized by some of those rulers who promoted Buddhism. The proponents of the Vajrayana school of Buddhism also used and patronized these paintings. The prominent painters were Dimon and Vitapala. Apavramsa school of art. This school traces its origin to Gujarat and Mewar region in Rajasthan. It was the predominant school of painting in western India during 11th to 15th century. The most common themes of these paintings were Jain. In the later period, the Vaishnava school appropriated them. They brought in the concept of Gita Govinda and secular love into these paintings that were otherwise dominated by the Jain iconography. In the early Jain phase, the paintings were made on palm leaf, but in the later period they were made on paper. Even though the paintings were made as illustrations for books, they did not develop a different style but were mural paintings in a reduced dimension. The colors used in the paintings had symbolic meaning, and they usually used red, yellow and ochre. In the later phase, they used bright and gold colors. The features of the human figures depicted in the paintings have fish-shaped bulging eyes, a pointed nose and a double chin. They tried to begin the trend to make angular faces in the third and fourth profile. The figures are usually stiff, and even the ornamentation is carefully done. The female figurines have enlarged hips and breasts. The animal and bird figurines in the paintings are represented as toys. The most famous example is of Kalpasutra and the Kalakacharya Katha from the 15th century. Miniature paintings in India. The word miniature is derived from the Latin word minium, which means red lead paint. This paint was often used in the illuminated manuscripts during the Renaissance period. It is generally confused with the word minimum, which would mean that they were small in size. Miniatures are small and detailed paintings. Technique of miniature painting. There are several preconditions that are necessary to be fulfilled for making a miniature painting. A. The painting should not be larger than 25 square inch. B. The subject of the painting would be painted in not more than 1/6 of the actual size. Filled circle in most of the Indian miniature paintings. A. The human figurine is seen with the side profile. B. They usually have bulging eyes, pointed nose and slim waist. Filled circle in the Rajasthani miniatures, the skin color of the characters is brown, while in the Mughal paintings are generally fairer in skin tone. Filled circle, the color of divine beings like Lord Krishna is blue. The women figurines have long hair, and the color of their eyes and hair are generally black. Men wear traditional clothes and have a turban on their head. Miniature paintings were small paintings with minute details. Developed almost as a reaction to the enormous wall paintings. The art of miniature painting developed between the 8th and 12th centuries. This kind of painting can be attributed to the eastern and western regions. There are two prominent schools. Miniature art during Delhi Sultanate. These paintings tried to bring together the Persian elements of their origins with the Indian traditional elements. They gave preference to illustrated manuscripts. This manuscript shows the synthesis of the indigenous and Persian styles. Apart from this, another style called Lodi Kalada was also prevalent during this period that was followed in many of the Sultanate-dominated regions between Delhi and Jaunpur. Later, three major styles emerged that dominated the medieval landscape: Mughal, Rajput and Deccan. They borrowed from the Sultanate precedents but developed their own individuality. Mughal-era miniature painting. The paintings made in the Mughal period had a distinctive style as they were drawings from Persian antecedents. There was a change in color palette, themes and forms. The focus shifted from depicting the god to glorifying the ruler and showing his life. They focused on hunting scenes, historical events and other court-related paintings. The Mughal paintings brought together Persian naturalistic style. These paintings were considered unique because of the use of brilliant colors. He patronized Persian artist Bizard, who made illustrations of Mughal family tree. Akbar. He was very fond of paintings and he dedicated an entire department for paintings called Tabir Khana. Most illustrated work is Tutanama, which is the tail of a parrot. Other famous works are Hamzanama, Anvar-i Suhaili, etc. From here, Indian influence started in painting because he saw painting as a means of study and amusement. Theme: fairs and festivals, 3D printing, use of foresight techniques. The Mughal paintings reached zenith. He was a naturalist by nature and preferred natural paintings of flora and fauna, i.e. birds, animals, trees and flowers. He was fond of paintings and even dedicated a private workshop for him to practice paintings. He made naturalistic paintings on zebra, turkey and cock. He introduced artificial elements, reduced liveliness, in his paintings. He started using gold and silver in paintings and encouraged artists to use pencil and charcoal. European influence also started in painting. The Mughal school of painting gradually declined during the Aurangzeb period. The artist migrated to other places, primarily to the south, which gave rise to Deccani school of painting.